So, welcome back, children. I'll be completing one question for you just as a practice. And due to copyright issues, I'm not taking the name and other things. Just say there is a question which we need to solve here. So, in this question, when we look at it, it is for a particular year. So, let us take that the year given to us is, say, 2018. So, you write here 2018 in both the columns. This is because every time you do not have to write the year. And let us take the month, say it is December. So you write 2018 December and 2018 December in the debit as well as your credit side. Performer of cash book, you have already been told. So now with this, we will start the numerical. We have to actually read the entire question once, but in accountancy, like other subjects, you cannot sit to read the full question at so much of concentration because you are very time tight. So you need to at least glance through the question, just understand how many entries you will be having to do and what are the various types of adjustments or any other issue that is going to come in the question. Make a note of that and put an asterisk where you feel there is a doubt. This you need to do when you get your reading time. Now once you have done with that, you proceed with the question step by step. Now it says that on 1st of the month, it is told started business with cash. So you write over here 1, and here in your working notes, see children, this working notes that I am giving you is not something which you actually need to do when you are solving a question. These are the entries that you should be able to frame in your mind itself. However, since these are the beginning stages for you to prepare the cash book, just write the entry somewhere in rough. So it says started business with cash. So you know that the entry is cash account debited to capital account. So for this entry, cash account debited to capital account, we will directly go to our cash book and we will write over here to capital account, and the amount will be put in the cash column as 1,20,000. This is a very simple thing. You will just read the question, whatever is the entry, pass it in your mind, or you take an effort to write it in rough and enter it into the cash book. Next it says cash paid into the bank. So when I say cash paid into the bank, it is bank is receiving and cash is going out. So bank account debited to cash account. Here you find that bank as well as cash both are involved. This is our double column cash book. We have the columns for cash as well as bank. So such kind of entries, children, are known as contra entries. So here you have bank account debited to cash account. So you will write it exactly like that. You will see that the date is given as 3rd. So on 3rd, here you will write it as to cash account and the amount will be put in the bank column. As per the question, the amount is 50,000 rupees, and here you will write on the 3rd by bank account and you will put the amount in the cash column. I repeat, bank and cash both are involved in this particular journal entry, and since both of these are involved, we will mention this by putting a small c in the folio column which stands for contra entry. I repeat, you need not do any other entry for bank, any other entry for cash. Both of them come in the same book, and that is why this kind of a cash book is known as your double column cash book. And such entries are known as contra entries. They need not be written on the same line. They can be just written as and when they occur in your question. Now you will go on to the next transaction. The next transaction says on the 5th, purchase goods from S. Now when the goods have been purchased from S, Again, in the working note, let us just make the journal entry. I repeat, children, this you actually don't have to do. You should be able to do it in your mind. It says purchase goods from Sushmita. So the entry will be goods are coming in the business, and when the goods come into the business, we term it as purchases. Sushmita or S is giving it to us. So it will be purchases to S. Now when you have purchases to S, you find that in this particular journal entry, you don't have anything related to cash. You don't have anything related to bank. Since nothing is related to cash and bank, you will not pass this entry to your cash book. In the cash book, only entries related to bank or cash need to be entered. On the next, it is said, sold goods to D and received a check. Now, let us pass the entry for that. When I say sold goods to D, I normally say it is to sales. Who is the person concerned here? I am telling goods have been sold to D and received a check. So, now it doesn't matter. It becomes bank because I have received a check. But again, this also doesn't matter because when, as per a rule, it is every check received unless it is a crossed check. I repeat, every check received is treated as ready cash. Ready cash means it is as good as cash. That is one reason. The other one is you have not deposited the check into your bank. Unless and until you take the check and deposit it in the bank, bank will not know that you have got something like this. That is why when we say sold goods to D, we know one account is sales, the other should be D, but then D becomes immaterial here because he has given a check. So you say when it is check, it should be bank, but again, bank becomes immaterial here. It has to be cash. Reason being, every check received is treated as ready cash. Please remember this always, unless it is a cross check. Unless it is a cross check, all check received will be treated as ready cash. Now, when it is cash to sales, we will write on the date concerned. So here it is 6th and we will write over here to sales account and we will put the amount. It is told as 20,000. So we will put that 20,000 in our cash column. Next it says paid to S cash. Now these goods had been purchased from S and now you are paying cash to S. So here S becomes the receiver and you are paying cash. So cash is going out. So this will be by S because you are making the payment. You are making the payment because of purchases. Definitely correct. But your purchases payment is made to S as cash. So your entry involved is S to cash. So you will write over here by S in the credit side and you will put the amount in the cash column itself, which is 20,000 rupees. Next it says on the 14th, the check received on 6th. The check received on 6th. See here I told you check received is treated as ready cash. So check received on 6th has been deposited into the bank. The moment the word deposit into the bank comes, we have a contra entry. Either it will be because of a deposit or it will be because of a withdrawal. So here you say the check has been deposited into the bank. So the entry will be bank account debited because bank is the receiver and cash is going out. This is for the traditional method. Bank is personal and cash is real. However, in the modern method, if you see, both are treated as assets. One asset is increasing and the other asset is decreasing. So here, when the asset decreases, you credit it. When the asset increases, you debit it. So check received has been deposited into the bank. Amount is not mentioned in the question. That we have to be careful because when we told check has been received, amount has been told in the question. So it is bank account debited to cash account. So on the 14th, you will have another contra entry to cash account. When you write cash account, you will never write the amount in the cash column. You will write it in the bank column. So you will write to cash account, and here you will write 20,000. And similarly, on the 14th, you will write by bank account, and you will write the amount in the cash column, which is 20,000. And since this is a transaction where bank and cash both are involved, hence we will mention it by putting a C, that is for contra entry. Next it says on the 18th, sold goods to R. Now when it is sold goods to R, we know the entry is R to sales account. Here again, because it is R to sales, you don't have cash or bank involved. So this particular entry will not go into your cash book. Next it says paid cartage in cash. This is on the 20th. So you will write on the 20th, it is an expense. So you will write by cartage account, and you will put the amount in the cash column. It says 500. So you will put it in the cash column as 500. Once this is done, you go to the next thing. It is told received cash from R. So R to sales, and then you are receiving cash. So it is cash to R. So hence, on the date that you are receiving the cash, that is on the 22nd, you will write to R. You are directly receiving cash. So you will write it in the cash column as 12,000 rupees, that which has been received. Now, the next one says commission received. Anything which is received is an income. So the date is 27th. On the 27th, you will write to commission. Now, why commission received is written like that? Commission is an income. All incomes are credited and you are receiving it in the form of... Now, nothing is mentioned in the question. It says commission received. So, when nothing is mentioned in the question, we assume it is received in cash. If it was through bank, it will be mentioned as commission received through check. So, here you will have cash is coming in the business and it is coming because of an income in the form of commission. So, here on the 27th, you will write to commission and you will put the amount in the cash column, which is 5,000. Now, you come on to the last entry. It says drew cash for personal use. Please remember, I told you contra entry. It is for deposit or withdrawal for office use. When you are withdrawing cash for personal use, your entry is drawings account debited to cash account. So since it is a personal use, drawings account debited to cash account, we will write in the cash column on the 30th as by drawings account, and amount will be entered in the cash column. So here if you see the entries related to bank and cash all have been entered by you, and you have to normally do the, say it is a month of 31 days, yes, December has 31 days. On the 31st, you have to write by balance carried down. Now always remember children, come what may, cash account always will be by balance carried down. Bank account may be sometimes to balance carried down. So what you will do is, you will find out the total of both the sides and you will balance your account. When you find out the total, as I told you, you have to draw a double line. Here also you will draw a double line. Bank, if you see, they don't have any other transaction for bank. So that is why bank debit side 70,000 and hence balance in the bank is also 70,000 and the total of the bank is also 70,000. However, with regards to cash, we will have to find out what is the total cash available. So here 120, 140, 152 and 157. Please be very quick with your maths. Don't sit and do like this 0, 0, 0. It is 20, 40, 52, 57. So 1,57,000 is on the debit side. Similarly, you should have 1,57,000 on the credit side. So when you have 1,57,000 on your debit and 1,57,000 on your credit, you have to balance this account. And once you balance this, you have to subtract these and find out what is the net balance. This comes to 50. So it is 1,07,000 left. Then 40, that means it is 67 left. And then another 2,000. So 67 minus 2 is 65. And 65 minus 500, 64,500. I will repeat my calculation. Please try to do it in that manner. Don't sit and do the total of this and subtract from that, because you're going to kill time. This is 157. From 157, you have to subtract this. 157 minus 50, 107. 20, 20, 40. So 1 lakh minus 40, 60. So 67, because 7 was already there. From 67, you subtract this 2. You're left with 65. And you subtract this 500, you have 64,500. Time is the most crucial element of solving a numerical in accountancy. So please be very careful about that. And once you are done with this, you need to draw a line over here. And this, I'm sorry, I don't have an assistant to help me with the video. So here you will be drawing this line over here to close it. And with this line, your account is over. And once this is done, if you want to write the answer, you can write answer cash balance 64,500 and bank balance 70,000. This is the answer for this. Cash balance 64,500, bank balance 70,000. You can view this again and again. If you have any doubt, 24/7, 365, I'm available for you. You can call me and ask any doubt if you have. So I expect that once you have done this, it will be easy for you to do questions related to double column cash book. Any doubt, children, please be free to ask me. If you don't have my number, you can leave the doubt in the comment box. Thank you.